It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders. Coming up next.
Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Matthew Wright set to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Daniels. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now Daniels to throw. It's taken in by Eckler. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now we're on with Robinson. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
An option give to Robinson. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Play fake here, Daniels. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
A give now from the gun. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Josie Jewell making that stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. This is Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 5. Davion Clowney on that stop. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And the Panthers in the nickel set. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's caught for the first. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Staying with Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
3rd and short, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a Washington touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Zane Gonzalez on for the point after try. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Play action now, Young. Gosh, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's downed after getting us up to the 41. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Young up 1st and 10. And they're going to tag a defender with this one. got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. They'll run here following the penalty. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hubbard again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Young. Pass complete to Hubbard. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Carolina in punt formation. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Wow, special teams highlight here. What a kick, down in it at the 1. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. They're looking at the entire field in front of them. A long drive ahead, Brock, as they start out very close to their own goal line. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he gets them a fraction more breathing room out to the 3-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Now Daniels off the play action. Ertz reels it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think a yard or 2 short of the 20 here. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stopped for just 1 yard.
It's plays like that, Kate, that I'm happy I'm the color analyst and you and your spotter are doing play-by-play, because that was a massive humanity, a whole bunch of bodies to sort through for 1 yard.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Daniels. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That's McMillan on the quick slant. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Running left is Robinson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
On first down, here's Daniels. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up. Ooh, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And now they face second down. Here's Daniels. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Daniels. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
On 4th down, it's the veteran Tress Way who's out for the punt. And this one is kicked up towards the clouds. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their second drive. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he'll take this forward to the 20 before they take him down to the turf. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Feeling the receiver in motion left. From the 20 on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
They're set up at the 35 now. To the air on 1st down. Young. McMillan hauls it in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They bring a tight end in motion right. Shotgun snap now to Young. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on 1st, and then we go backwards on 2nd. Kate, I guess we got a quality rubber match right here on 3rd down.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Young working from the gun. He's got him. That's McMillan. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Young looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the pistol, it's Young. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They send a receiver in motion right. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 11. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Looking for... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Prater puts it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Now it's Terry McLaurin on the target. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Third down give to Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Press away on to punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. Kick is away and really up there trying to pin them deep. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they're going to take over possession. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Young on the play action. It's caught, that's Thielen. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Connects with Hubbard.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Young throwing here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Connection made to Tremble. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Prater puts it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders set to take over. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels now. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and that'll be good for a Washington first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. 35 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
1st down from the red zone. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Again, Daniels to the air. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Daniels. Chased out to his right. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Raheem Blackshear now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the 3rd. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Young on 1st and 10. That's complete to Leggett. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Play action now, Young. That pass complete to McMillan. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Here's a give to Hubbard. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Blinky Luvu there for the tackle. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Young. Brushes him off with ease. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
To the air on 1st down, Young. Completed over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They're now set for 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Thielen's got it, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They're going play action. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And that means third down coming up.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Throw on third down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Prater puts it through, and that's going to give them the lead.
Okay, we know that every one of these NFL games, well, they can take a life of their own every single weekend. Some are high-flying with lots of points. Others, like this one, they're a grinder. And when you're in a low-scoring game, every one of these kicks is important.
Right, ready to send this one away. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 30 on 2nd down. That's McMillan on the quick slant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He's on the move. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
An extra corner into the game for the Panthers. 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly, and that was almost a huge play with an interception.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be their football. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Running back sent in motion. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Young working from the gun. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Motioning the tight end now. Shotgun snap now to Young. Throw left side, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now Young. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. It's caught. That's Thielen. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Panthers in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They run again with Hubbard. Has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers push this to an 8-point game. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Point after try upcoming to make this a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers push the lead to 2 scores now. Right, ready to send this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now this offense ready to head back out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
From the 32. We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a third and short stop.
Less than a yard needed here on fourth. They'll run it with Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. And no problem converting on fourth.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Daniels from the pistol. This is hauled in by McMillan. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Daniels on first down. That's complete. Here's Brown. It's inside the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's first and goal. They're running the option, short side, and he gets in, touchdown. The Commanders have cut it to a 3-point game here in the fourth. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Throw complete to Thielen. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. He finds Sanders. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Young on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Sticking to the air, it's Young. He's got time here. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Feeling the receiver in motion left. He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Young on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. He's back to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Counterplay, Hubbard. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. And for the Commanders, a fifth defensive back out there. They're going nickel on third down. Final timeout taken by the Commanders, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. On comes Matthew Wright. A lot riding on this kick. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Tracking for it, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Starting at the 10. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now outruns their offense to take over. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Here he is to throw. He gets this one to McMillan. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
The time is there, but the timeouts are not. They've got to be smart. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. He'll look to throw it. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Setting up to pass. A bit of desperation on this deep. He's got it inside the 10. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And now the Commanders face a very important two-point attempt. Again, Daniels to the air. He's on the move, and he's into the end zone. So that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this fourth quarter. Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner, netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback, right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Blackshear on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. To the air on first down. Young. And they got their intent. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this third down. Looking to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
They still need 10, but the offense getting set on 4th down. Throwing now. Try and push it deep downfield. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty. That's no way to end the game, right, Brock? Can't have a defensive penalty on the final play, so an untimed down coming up. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from DC.